Well, good morning. Morning. I know many people have already said that, but I feel the need to welcome you all here this morning. Thank you for attending. Michelle tells me we may have a record here today. I think we're over 300 people in this room, so thank you all. Although we don't introduce dignitaries, I do want to recognize my table. From Brentwood Elementary, we do have James, Haley, and Marissa here with me this morning, so give them a round of applause. And of course, my wife Jennifer and my parents Ross and Barbara. Thank you for being here. Last year, I introduced the 3 R's to you, and those are being responsible with our actions and decisions, building new relationships, and nurturing existing ones by being responsive to the needs of our community. I'm going to show you today just how we are keeping our word and hope to answer some of your most popular questions. One of the chamber members asked about what the city is doing to actively attract business, specifically bringing manufacturing to the area. The city of Victorville has seen a frenzy of activity in 2011, with Fortune 500 companies locating their businesses to the city and major companies expanding their operations despite the weak national economy. Here are some ways the city of Victorville is working to bring more jobs and more revenue back into the city while creating those jobs for our residents. Let's talk about job creation. United Furniture Industries' 505,000 square foot facility opened its doors in November of 2011 and is now fully operational to manufacture and distribute furniture to the western United States, primarily under the Simmons brand. The company is expected to hire more than 400 employees in the next 2 years. M&M Mars relocated its facility from Foxborough over to SCLA and is now fully operational in a 495,000 square foot building. And I want to point out that one of the things I said when I was campaigning, running for city council, is that we needed to work on business retention. And I want to thank our city staff for working so hard to keep this business and those jobs here in Victorville. Let's give them a round of applause. Sparkletts Water located to its 10,376 square foot pad at SCLA in early 2011, and Red Bull, which I'm sure many of you drink, opened its 12,500 square foot distribution operations at SCLA in June of 2011. We also now have an M Cupcakes and Pastries. How many of you have had some of those cupcakes? They're good, aren't they? I know I've enjoyed them. And Quiznos opened in the spring at Desert Plaza's Retail Center. Also another favorite of mine on the weekends is Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, which opened along Restaurant Row this last year. Desert Plazas, which is where our new Home Depot Center is off of Civic and Roy Rogers, will begin to see more development this next year. They're planning on looking at opening a new movie theater and also some additional stores. And Hobby Lobby is moving into the old vacant Best Buy building. So if you haven't been driving up and down Armagosa, they've been tearing down the wedge that Best Buy is so famous for and getting ready to move into that facility. Another question asked is, what does the city of Victorville do to effectively market SCLA? A simple word, lots. United Furniture Industries will continue to expand its operations, as I mentioned earlier, with increased production lines and increases in employment. UFI will work with the County of San Bernardino workforce development and job recruitment and use of on-the-job training funding available. In November, the city of Victorville extended its lease with Boeing for their flight test operations facility at SCLA. And I'll tell you, Boeing is a tremendous success as far as the city of Victorville and SCLA is concerned. We continue to see them test their airplanes here at SCLA, and usually with that brings hundreds of jobs every time they're here. There are also additional SCLA tenants considering expansion of their operations due to increased activity in the business climate in Victorville. One of those being Dr. Pepper Snapple, as they have the ability to expand to new additional lines. Another chamber member asked about how the city is responding to filling empty buildings. Well, the city's Economic Development Department and Redevelopment Agency have creatively increased occupancy levels at SCLA. DC1, which is the largest building out there, is the 1 million square foot industrial building constructed in 2009 and will be utilized by both United Furniture Industries and M&M Mars. United Furniture Industries manufactures and distributes from that facility, and M&M Mart looks to expand its current distribution network to better serve Southern California and the western United States. As well, Church & Dwight will open its manufacturing distribution facility at Foxborough Industrial Park in the spring of 2012. Church & Dwight is the maker of Arm & Hammer products and other consumer goods such as cat litter and detergent products out of their 450,000 square foot facility. Their operation will also be rail served. Church & Dwight chose Victorville due to the strong labor force, rail service, and close proximity to the raw materials for their manufacturing operations. As I mentioned earlier, Dr. Pepper Snapple Group at SCLA is currently at 269 employees. When they first came here, they were looking at about 220. They're at 269 and still growing, and still has room to increase their capacity. They are looking at considering those expansion options, and again, as I told you, they have ability to add 2 more lines. As you can see here, we have some pictures from inside the plant. If you have not had a chance to tour that facility, it's quite the experience. I know they won't let everyone do it, but I've actually had the opportunity to see it twice, so it's really enjoyable if you do get the opportunity. How about this? Macy's is coming to town. You all happy about that? Coming in the mall of Victor Valley, the proposal includes a 30,000 square foot addition to the east end of the mall, a shopper-friendly third entrance, and other parking lot enhancements, which we know they need. In addition to the expansion of buildings, Macy's will also offer an extensive merchandise collection designed to enhance and alleviate shopping in the high desert, including a full line of cosmetics counters and men's and women's fashion and business apparel. Yeah, it's going to get me back over there too. Construction is set to begin in March of 2012 with a grand opening scheduled for spring of 2013. And I know Michelle is working, and the Chamber is working very closely with Macy's. They want to hear from you as far as what you'd like to see in your Macy's. And I believe the campaign's called My Macy's, but if you have any questions on that, check with Michelle. The Chamber is working very closely with them on that. Additional stores that have opened in 2011, they have a Best Buy Mobile. They also have a Mica Beauty Products, which is a mineral makeup retailer. New Subway is opening in March of 2012. All right. Moving on to where we're at financially, some concessions made and status of current challenges. Here you see our most recent sales tax numbers from the first quarter of 2004 through the third quarter of 2011. We track sales tax on a quarterly basis, and we receive reconciliations from the state. After years of increases, we saw 4 straight years of quarter-over-quarter decreases, which devastated the city's budget. We have now seen increases over the last 5 quarters, nearly a year and a half of positive growth. We anticipate receiving approximately $15.4 million in sales tax this year, which will cover about half the cost of police and fire contracts with the County of San Bernardino. So give yourselves a round of applause. To all my friends from Hesperian and Apple Valley, people are shopping in Victorville again. So, despite our challenges, Victorville is actually better off than many other cities. Not to say that we don't have our own fiscal problems to overcome. We clearly do, but because we have acted responsibly and reduced spending and are working very hard to bring additional revenue, the burden we face today is much less than if we had not taken those necessary steps. Many people have said, you know, the city of Victorville has not been responsive to the economy, and you believe that our government is out of sync with reality. Each of you as business owners, and myself as a business owner, have to make some very difficult decisions due to this economy. Some of the concessions the city of Victorville has made: we have not filled any vacancies since 2008. There were no salary increases from 2007 to 2011. As of July 1st, 2010, the city had 352 full-time and 122 part-time employees. As of today, the city has 290 full-time and 70 part-time employees, a decrease of 106 employees. We've canceled all non-essential contracts, suspended employee stability pay, eliminated employee tuition reimbursement. We've also eliminated cell phone stipends and reduced all non-essential programs. All cost-saving measures and as well we contracted out our golf course operations. Obviously, reduction in staff brings its own challenges, but we have been very responsive to the economy. We are working through some very serious challenges today. As you know, our wonderful state of California has effectively eliminated redevelopment agencies. Today is the day chaos begins in this state, and keep an eye on the newspaper because you're going to find that the state of California doesn't know exactly how they're going to implement this new program, much less the redevelopment agencies themselves. So we've got a lot to work through, and it's a tremendous challenge. We will not be spending any additional funds pursuing an appeal with regard to our EB-5 program. Although we still believe the federal government was wrong about the termination, a cost-benefit analysis would no longer support continuance of that legal process. And also, as you may remember last year, right after or actually in 2010, right after I became the mayor, we got word that we won a jury trial against Carter and Burgess. $52 million judgment. They have filed an appeal on that, and they had to deposit over $80 million with the courts just to get through that appeal process. We're still working on that, but we're earning 10% interest on that money. We believe that we will be successful, and once that is fully done, we're looking at an additional $60 million to come back into the city's coffers. So that will be a great thing for us. Boy, this next one, it's a miracle no one was injured in this accident. Many city departments responded to the semi-truck flying off the freeway, crossing Amargosa, and landing in the parking lot of Ashley Furniture. The fire department, the police responded to the emergency, as did Public Works, Code Enforcement, Building Department, all of which worked cooperatively to restore the structure of the building in record-breaking time. And I personally know, I believe he's here today, the general manager, Tito Soledad, was the one that actually stopped the truck. So where are you at, Tito? Where's he at? There he is. Let's give him a round of applause. If you haven't been over to Ashley Furniture, get over there. They have a lot of good furniture. Oh, well, what can I say about this next project? Near and dear to my heart. This is something I've been working very hard on, and I remember when I brought it up last year at the State of City, a lot of you chuckled. But folks, we have broken ground. They are actually out there doing work even as we speak, and yes, it was a mission impossible, but we made it possible. But this is a huge relief to traffic congestion. The much anticipated La Mesa Nisqually interchange is now underway. And a lot of what made this project possible was working together with my city council, city staff, Sandbag and the associated governments, our supervisor Brad Mitzelfelt. It just was everyone working together to move this project forward. The city's public work crews and engineering are working on several additional road projects, such as Phase 2 of the Valley Center Drive, which will widen the street between Lorraine and 7th Street for a turn lane and reconstruction of the pavement over there. Any of you that go to Costco obviously know how bad that is right now. And the Golden Triangle will see a list of streets to be rehabilitated. Amethyst Road and Hook Boulevard will see new traffic signals. Also, a series of traffic signals are set to be installed at Delgado, Elevado, and Pacoima. And I'd be remiss for those of you that travel Bear Valley Road at Ridgecrest not to say something about that traffic signal. As you know, there was a big accident there that took out that light. But I believe our city engineer is here. Where are you at, Sean? February 2nd is what I was promised yesterday. So you realize you have to deliver by February 2nd because I said it here today. I'm not even going to give him a chance to respond. More good news to share. We have a new AutoZone Auto Parts, the store that was completed in 2011. That's on 7th Street. A new 7-Eleven convenience store will be breaking ground in 2012 on 7th Street, replacing the vacant gas station located at the southeast corner of La Paz Drive and 7th Street, which is great for all of us that participate in the parade. We can go get a cup of coffee there before we head down the parade route. And here, as you can see, we have a new CVS pharmacy and Walgreens pharmacy. Both of those opened in late 2011. Responding to job creation, the Junior Plaza Walmart is well under construction. I'm sure you all have seen that. And they are slated, I did talk to the general manager here this morning, they are slated to have the grand opening in July, so be on the lookout for that. We also have the Crossroads Shopping Center Walmart, which is scheduled to start construction early this year. The shopping center will include other retail pad tenants such as Walgreens, Panda Express, In-N-Out Burger, AutoZone, Auto Parts, a Chase Bank, and a Chevron gas station. So that's real exciting, and glad to see that coming to Victorville. Well, I'll tell you, Desert Express, I know Mike Rothschild's excited about this, and a lot of people don't think that this project's going. Folks, this project is going. They've received every single approval they need, and really the only last thing they're waiting on is the approval of their federal loan. But once they have that, they will go to construction either late this year or the beginning of next year. And this is the only high-speed rail project in the nation that you're actually going to see built anytime soon. So be on the lookout for that. We'll begin the process of annexing 10,000 acres of land to accommodate that project over the next year. So the train will be coming, and you'll be able to ride it to Vegas if you want. And I should mention on that project as well, it will create in excess of 50,000 jobs during construction. So a lot of people are going to be able to go back to work here locally, and that will definitely help our unemployment rate.
That happened on your watch.
Thank you, Mike. Desert Valley Hospital recently completed a two-story, 48,640 square foot expansion of their existing facility. The new wing adds 53 new beds to the Victorville Hospital along with 12 new intensive care units. The new Heart Center, which will open in the expansion wing, has an open heart surgery suite for bypass surgery and other heart procedures. The expansion will also add operating suites, digital X-ray imaging system, 2 cardiac catheterization labs, which are used to detect arterial blockages that could cause a heart attack. And I will tell you, I had the wonderful pleasure of joining Margaret Peterson yesterday and Jana on a tour of that facility. And let me tell you, it is state-of-the-art. I know none of us want to actually have to visit a hospital, but if you do, their facility is state-of-the-art. And hopefully, March or April, we'll have a ribbon cutting and they will be fully operational there. Speaking of hospitals, St. Joseph Health System is bringing a second St. Mary Medical Center to the Victor Valley by proposing a 128-bed hospital with surrounding medical offices and retail components. This 98-plus acre campus is dubbed the Oasis. They will now be submitting their project to the Planning Commission in the first quarter of 2012 and hope to break ground in the second quarter, with the hospital opening in early 2014. This will bring 900 full-time and volunteer positions to the Victorville area. The location is west of and abutting Armagosa Road between Mesa Road and Smoke Tree Street. And I guess the best way to characterize it is if you're heading south on the I-15 just before the old Heilig Myers building, that's where their campus will go. But very exciting project, lots of construction jobs while that is being built over the next 3 years. Moving on to family and community activities, we do a lot in community services, and we have a kids club program which remained popular during the summer. The Hot Tot Summer Camp for ages 3 to 5 averaged 60 children per week. We have adult soccer leagues, disc golf. If any of you want to know what we've got going on, our rec pages are online at our city website. We also started our Healthy Victorville initiative this last year through a $25,000 grant we received, and that they continue to meet monthly and do things to help promote health in our community. And we just have a lot going on, but I did want to point out one new thing, program we've got coming on this year, Walk in the Park. This is a program initiated in January upon the installation of mileage markers at Hook Park and Sunset Ridge Park. The program is aimed at encouraging walkers of all ages in their efforts to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So I would encourage you, if you would like to get out and walk, check with Monica. She can share some additional information with you on that program. Our police department, boy does our police department do a lot with the resources they have. Let's give them a round of applause. They will continue their involvement in schools and the anti-bullying programs, adding the following Team Impact Driving program for high school, continuing with schools on active shooter, taking on a more active role, and working with schools on disaster preparedness. They will also continue their involvement in enhancing the Neighborhood Watch program, creating community council, business and community leader and clergy councils. They have the retail theft team, as you heard a little bit about earlier, and their traffic unit will continue to do DUI checkpoints with various educational events through the Avoid 25 program. So be on the lookout for those DUI checkpoints and make sure you're not drinking and driving, right? But again, the Victorville Police Department does a great job. My hat's off to our Captain Don Yoder and his staff, and again, they deserve a round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen. And our fire department, boy, are we proud of our fire department as well. They went to 14,332 incidents within the city of Victorville, additional mutual aid responses of 657. The average response time is 7 minutes. They accomplished 36 public education events, did 188 fire plan checks, did 2,995 annual inspections, 480 fire protection system inspections, and collected $18,783 in fire permits. And we also secured a new Oshkosh fire apparatus for Southern California Logistics Airport. Plan for this next year, they're going to work on additional equipment and vehicle replacement, and they will continue current fire department programs. On our public works, on our animal control, conducted 4 shot clinics, averaging 150 new dog licenses in each clinic. And they also received a call from a resident requesting help to find homes for a large number of dogs. When Officer Maccaro arrived at the home, she observed approximately 50 dogs in this home. And it took Officer Maccaro and staff more than 2 days to remove and relocate these animals, working long hours to find loving and caring homes for these dogs. But let's give them a round of applause because that was quite a task. In addition to new roads, the public works crews keep busy grading dirt roads and shoulders, repairing sewer mains, removing debris from basins, sweeping over 15,000 miles of road, grading over 130 miles of roadway, cleared 70 miles of high-maintenance sewer mains, and will continue to maintain all the city streets. They will continue to keep everything flowing smoothly, which means it's flowing downhill. Thanks, Monica, wherever you're at. One of you asked about the areas in desperate need of maintenance, so I thought it was important to show you the before and after photos of some of the areas in the city. In 2011, we implemented a new methodology to enhance yearly maintenance of over 2 million square feet of areas. A 10-man specialized maintenance crew has been attending each area multiple times during the year. A few of those locations that we see here are Amargosa Road and Tawny Ridge Lane, and Village Drive and Ranchero Road, to name a few. But if you drive around the city of Victorville and you see our local maintenance landscape districts, hopefully you've been able to see that we have cleaned those up. Our water department goals for 2012, they will install 4 large meter and vault replacement, convert 10 additional routes to AMR, approximately 5,000 meters, replace 2,000 feet of small diameter pipeline, and 400 service line replacements. The water department does so much, and as you remember, the city took over the water districts in 2007. But my hat's off to our city engineer, Sean McGlade, who had to take on that role over the water department this last year. He's done a tremendous job, and let's give Sean a round of applause for everything he does. You should see the list of things that he gave me that he's accomplished. It's pages. The city partnered with the Chamber of Commerce for 2 citywide community cleanups. Over 6 tons of litter was collected from the roadsides by 300 to 400 volunteers. How many of you helped out in the cleanups? Raise your hand. Well, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. Everything you do to help keep the city clean. City brought back Adopt a Street program. If you haven't seen those Adopt a Street signs around the city, but are interested in your business adopting one of our streets, please see Monica about that. It's a great program that we've re-implemented. City, also in partnership with Victorville Disposal and Burtech Waste Industries, sponsored 4 free Shred Fests. at the Victor Valley Materials Recovery Facility, where residents can take up to 4 boxes of documents to shred for free. And also Victorville Recycles Week, the City of Victorville Recycling Program partnered up once again with Burtech to sponsor the 5th annual Victorville Recycles Week in the Victorville schools. Schools competed for points and cash prizes, and it was a great learning experience, and I got to see what they could make out of all the stuff that is being recycled. So that was a wonderful program. Well, here we are, folks. The Big 5-0. City of Victorville will be turning 50 years this year, and we're looking forward to a wonderful celebration right here in this room. I hope you all will plan to join us and attend. We are looking for sponsors and people to help out with that event, so if you are interested in sponsoring or helping out in any way with the event, please talk with Monica. She's going to be starting to work with the Chamber to put together a committee to plan for that event. But 50 years, Victorville is here, and we're doing well. We've turned things around. And a lot of it's because of everyone in this room that's worked so hard to make the city a great place to live, work, and play. So in closing, I hope I've demonstrated how the City of Victorville has been responsible and responsive to the needs of our community. All we have to do is look at the progress we've made together over the last 50 years. What we have in this room today is a relationship. Think of how much more we could do with everyone's efforts to continue making our city a great place to live, work, and enjoy our life. I'm ready to work towards that, and I hope you are too. The possibilities are endless if we're all in it together. Thank you very much.